Sure. Whitney Evans, TV fanatic. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Isaac. How are you?
Hi,
Good
Whitney. How are
evening.
you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Joseph, starting with you, we've
Mm.
seen Tommy throughout the course of all the powers wrestle with grief, ambition, control, and obviously a quest for power, right? So, what headspace is he operating from in this final stretch? I have a feeling it's a lot of different things.
I think he's got so much to lose at this point as well. I think that when he was set up on this quest to Chicago, he kind of made these connections pretty quick. But like Isaac keeps saying, and I think is so true. I think a lot of the resentment that's built up from of Tommy in the city of Chicago is he did not pay his dues. No passport, no parlay. You know what I mean? You gotta treat that city with respect. And now, at this point, we have set up such a complex, diverse, and true world of Chicago that represents where some of these things, for better or for worse, happen. Just like the Serbs truly get a lot of that pill money and narcotics coming out of the western suburbs and the northern western suburbs of the city of Chicago and back into the city through different lines. And just like we have an incredible diversification and complex tapestry in Black Chicago, whether it's on the south side or the west side or even the north side of the city, we've now built up a complex city that obviously includes a huge component, which is the Latin community of the city of Chicago. So now that we have this complexity in the city of Chicago, Tommy's tied up in the middle of it. He doesn't know if he's going to go with his guy Diamond, who he really does, I think, have a true admiration for because he is an old head and he does belong to those streets. But just like Tommy had to do to Ghost, Tommy seems to have to keep reminding Diamond, this is where you belong. Don't none of this duplicity nonsense. You're here, and this is you, and this is that. And Tommy does push Diamond in so many times of like, hey, we're in this together, we're in this together, we're in this together. I did this thing without you. So it's like how much of that can Diamond take? And I think that some of that goes to a head, or is this all part of a bigger plan of Tommy and of Diamond? I mean, you do not know who is with who in season three until the very end.
And Isaac, where do you think Diamond, or how do you think Diamond feels about the partnership with Tommy? Does he feel like that's somebody he will ultimately ever be able to fully trust?
I think that with Diamond in a relationship, I think in this game is you can't really fully trust anyone,
Mhm.
and I think everybody involved knows that. But when they're always looking for inklings, like, okay, well, does that allow me to trust him a little bit more? But hold up, no, he just did something I just asked him not to do, So it's what Diamond is saying, Tommy, don't date Maria. Okay, now he's in love, full-fledged love with Maria, and he told him not to because he knows it's going to complicate things with the Miguel. So he's always questioning, like, hold on, so you're not really trying to take out Miguel. So there's questions that start to be involved, and the depthness of this is that, as Joseph kind of mentioned and alluded to with Ghost, it's like Diamond doesn't know that relationship that Tommy had with Ghost. But Tommy is also dealing with, okay, is this the same thing again? Is this the same thing again? Is the possibilities of that? Or but Diamond's not aware of that. So then that keeps him on edge. Keeps Tommy on edge, like, well, come on, man, I need him to come. I need that person. I heard about you, but I need Diamond. I need you to be full-fledged Diamond so we can take over and do the things the way he wants to do it. With that full force. And Diamond, I think is just, he's trying to figure it out at the same moment, but he's coming into his own. He's starting to come to his own. He's starting to come into what he wants and start to be live for him in a sense. And and I think we said talked about the trust. He wants to trust his brother. He wants to, but that may be his detriment, or it may not be.
Mhm. And Joseph, this being the final season of Force, how do you hope Force is remembered within the greater Power universe?
That it's the first time since Al Capone that a New Yorker came to Chicago and did some damage and took over at least part of that city. And we'll see how far he gets by the end of season three, or how far he doesn't get, or if he makes it out alive. But not since Al Capone did a New Yorker do such damage to the city of Chicago.
Okay, I like it. Thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Whitney.
Have a great day.
Yep, you too.